excerpt was taken from the Full and Bloom interview with BulletBoys guitarist Mick Sweda. You can listen to the entire interview at fullandbloom.com. Do you remember anything about the day you signed with Warner Brothers? Any kind of standout memory?
I remember a manager bringing out the advance check and looking at that and taking pictures with it and everything, because you have to understand, when we started this band, we didn't have jobs. Nobody had any money coming in. In fact, I was driving, picking up Blondie in my old 65 Mustang and maxing out a gas card that I had no idea how I was going to pay off. We just rehearsed every day, and many hours. I mean, we were doing like 6, 8, sometimes 10-hour days just rehearsing and writing songs. And, to go back to your earlier point, yeah, we didn't play a lot of gigs because we were always working on our craft and trying to make sure that we had the strongest songs possible. And, everybody in the band had ideas and was always bringing things up. So we had plenty of work to do all the time. But, we were broke. In fact, at one point, we ended up making a deal with Mark's parents where, they got a point on the record for loaning us, I think it was $7,000. Well, that point on that record probably ended up being over 100,000. Yeah, there's some pretty lousy planning
wow.
going on around those days. But to get back to what I was talking about, to see that check from Warner Brothers and to realize that we were going to be able to eat the next day was pretty astounding.
Yeah. How much was the advance?
It was 6 figures.
And so you guys just split that up and equally, or did you buy gear with that, or what'd you do?
It definitely went back into expenses. We had to find a way to keep a little bit of the future in mind. So essentially, when you're in a band like ours, it's not like you just get huge sums of money. I think at that point, I got enough to buy like a little Nissan pickup truck. You have to sock a lot of that money away just to keep things going. So we all got pretty meager salaries at that point, and it wasn't necessarily go out and buy your mom a house moment.
Oh, of course, yeah. But at least everybody gets to quit their job and focus on the path ahead, right?
Well, like I said, we didn't have jobs, so we were desperate at that point because, like I said, I took that money and paid off my gas card. Again, you see the check and you're having a great time and it's all fun and games, but then at the end of the day, you're paying off the debt that it took to get to that point. At least I was.
Where did you guys record the BulletBoys self-titled album?
That was at a studio called 1-on-1 in North Hollywood.
And how long does that record take to record?
Well, I think it took about 2 months to do. I know Ted was very particular with the drum tracks. So even though Jimmy played great on them, Ted was often absent from the studio, and he had, as a superstar producer, he had other priorities. So if he didn't feel like coming in for a week, he certainly didn't have to. So that was part of the problem with making that record too. It ended up being like way more expensive than it needed to be, and kind of put us behind the 8 ball before we even started. Inside